to solve inequalities and learn how to graph them. So when we talk about inequalities, we have all of these symbols right here. So we have greater than, less than, equal to, greater than, or equal to, and less than or equal to. So in order to graph these appropriately, we first need to define them. So here where you see this symbol, this is the greater than symbol, so you're going to write greater than. And what does that mean? Well, in words, it means it is more than, or it can mean it exceeds, or it can mean it is over. And when we graph inequalities for greater than, we have to have an open circle. And I'll show you what that means. So here we have a line, and our inequality is x is greater than 4. Well, first, I need to label my number line. So I'm going to make this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If x is greater than 4, I need to find my 4 on my number line, which is right here. I'm going to have an open circle, and I'm going to draw my arrow going this way. Okay. And then, very similarly, for this next symbol, it's the opposite of greater than, it's less than. Or words you might see could be is under, fewer, or is below. We still use an open circle because it does not include 4 and it does not include 7. It is everything less than 7, but not 7. So that's why we use an open circle. So again, I am going to graph and label my number line. This time I'm going to make this 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3. And x is less than 7, so I'm going to make a circle over x, and it's open, and it's less than, so it's everything fewer than or under or below 7, but not including 7. Unlike these next two, which will include these numbers. So this next one is greater than or equal to. And the one thing that separates this greater than or equal to symbol and this greater than symbol is this line underneath the symbol. And words that you might see involved in like number word problems, you'll see at least, is not less than, is not under, and has a minimum value. If something has a minimum value, you know that the value has to be greater than that minimum value. And so when we draw these inequalities or graph them, you're going to use a closed circle because it includes that number. So again, I'm going to label my number line. Start with -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, and 0. And this time, I have a closed circle because it includes -3, but it's greater than -3. And then very similarly to that one, we have less than or equal to. Words you might see in a word problem, at most, is not greater than, does not exceed, and has a maximum value. Okay? Just like the last inequality, this one is also going to use a closed circle. Okay, I'm going to graph on my number line. And x is less than or equal to 0. So it includes 0. And it is everything that includes 0 or less than 0. So it's a closed circle. Okay? And the last one that you should all be familiar with is equal to. Words you might see in a word problem is the same as, exactly, and is, are, or will be. You are also going to use a closed circle because it will include a number, but you do not need to draw an arrow from it because it's just 5. Okay, cannot be anything else. Okay, now you're going to flip it over. One-step inequalities. You have five problems here to do. I am going to do the first one. So you have an addition, a subtraction, multiplication. There is, this is a division one. There should be a 3 here. And then these two are very similar to the multiplication ones. So I'm going to do one with a negative because you haven't seen one of those a lot recently. So I have -4 times a is less than or equal to -16. So remember, when we have something that's multiplied by a number, when we have a variable multiplied by a number, the opposite or the inverse is to divide by that. Okay? And when we divide by a negative number, which I did, -16 divided by -4, I have to flip my sign. So now it's going to be greater than or equal to -16 divided by -4 is a +4. Over here, I'm just going to call this 4. And it's closed circle because it does include 4 and it's greater than 4. Okay, so that's how you are going to draw the inequality. So I want you to try to do numbers 1, 2, 3, and 5. If you want to be challenged a little bit more, you can do 2-step inequalities. That's where you have to first do one operation to get all your constants over here, and then divide the coefficient. All right? You do have some things to work on after this, so come see me when you are done.